Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have yet another banana video. Not from the tropics, but again from Heidelberg, Germany. Why am I continuing to make banana videos from Germany? Well, because this banana is the first one where I saw surviving leaves which survived over the winter, and B, I could talk to the people who work here and who take care of this banana plant, and they said there was no protection at all throughout the winter. I'm here in the Museum of Ethnography of Heidelberg. Yeah, Heidelberg is a tourist city, but it seems that this museum is not visited so often by tourists, unfortunately, although it's in the old town. Well, the old town of Heidelberg is along the Neckar River, generally quite a sheltered location, and here, of course, surrounded by buildings on all sides. Yeah, it can get a bit more sheltered than here, but this is already very sheltered, very good microclimate. And yeah, during mild winters, this winter was quite mild. 2-3 years ago we had 2 winters which were maybe even more mild. During such winters, the pseudostems of Musa basio, the Japanese fiber banana, they survive quite well. Like 20 years ago, you found them mostly in botanic gardens, and they would cover them with giant cages full of, leaves, not just the banana leaves, but leaves from all other trees which were collected throughout the botanic garden. Nowadays, most people don't even protect their bananas. They just chop off the leaves. Or if they don't chop them off, sometimes they see such dead leaves in spring. This spring, if you watched my previous Musa basio video from Heidelberg, I showed you a couple plants where the pseudostems survived quite well, with minimal damage, like this here. But all those people had at least chopped off the leaves. However, here, they didn't chop them off. Here we have leaves which are undoubtedly fresh leaves, which started developing in the warm spring. The last half of March was quite warm. The start of April was cold with frost and snow. But now, in the mid of April, we have almost summer again. So those are the young leaves. Much more amazing than those young leaves, which are already amazing enough, that develop after a German winter. Much more amazing are those older leaves. Here you can see quite well this leaf is really old, several months old. And since the leaves don't really grow in winter, the plant doesn't really grow new leaves in winter, this leaf is probably much older than 6 months. Even this leaf up there, which looks a lot younger still, I think is still from last year. It looks kind of oldish. Here, another leaf which undoubtedly is from last year. And you can see, despite those leaves being quite old and surviving a winter, there is minimal damage. I mean, yeah, they're even older. Yeah, the damage should even be higher because in winter no new leaves grew, so the old leaves were just there. They didn't grow, they didn't regenerate or anything. They were just exposed to a lot of damaging factors like wind, cold, maybe animals or people. And still, they look quite good. Here a new pseudostem is coming up. They have to be careful. If there are too many pseudostems behind this slab of stone, it might fall over. Well, amazing. The people working here in the Museum of Ethnography, they told me this plant has already fruited. Now the next question would be, if the plant fruits and they leave it like this, they don't chop off the pseudostems, they don't chop off the leaves, they don't chop off the banana bunches, well, will those bananas be able to ripen in the following year? Like I saw in the south of Spain and in the south of Portugal, there was some damage to the bananas because of the cold weather, but still, Topocho as well as dwarf Cavendish continued producing during the winter, and farmers continued selling during the winter on the European continent. I was taught that the fruit of Musa basio, okay, they have seeds, they are quite small, but they are supposed to be tasty, so I wonder. This was a mild winter, so there are already there must already be flower buds inside those pseudostems. They will come out this year. And if the people here don't chop off the pseudostems, don't chop off the leaves, don't chop off the banana bunches, what will happen? Will they survive the winter? Will they maybe get ripe in the next year? That's really amazing. Those would be the first ripe outdoor bananas in Germany. I mean, yeah, there are people producing bananas indoors, even semi-commercially, but those would be the first ripe outdoor banana fruit. So I will keep this thing in mind. I'm passing often enough through the street. Well, it's the main street of Heidelberg. So I will keep an eye on this thing, and I will see if maybe it has fruit this year, if maybe those fruit are being left over the winter, and if maybe they get ripe next year. So folks, stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned for more banana fruit videos from the, well, warmer and milder than expected country of Germany. But of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.